Hello everyone, welcome in to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. If you're new here, go ahead and click the live chat button, introduce yourself, set any requests for your personal healing or well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. If you are watching this as a pre-recorded replay, you're going to receive the Reiki just the same way. Feel free to skip ahead to the 1 hour, 15-minute point if you want to skip the crystal grid. And for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. Thank you for your ongoing support. I hope you're doing well. If you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And if you click on shop, you'll be able to see all of my crystals that I have there, all on sale, 20% off through Christmas of 2023 with the promo code SHOPSMALL2023. All together, no spaces. SHOPSMALL2023. That's also good on gift certificates. So if you want to give yourself a gift certificate or give one to someone else or both, definitely check that out. The link is also in the description, as are all the links for my social media. And I hope y'all are having a wonderful Sunday. Let's go ahead and start building that crystal grid. Awesome. Oh, managed to bump into my camera. Well, I have rearranged most of my apartment. I'll be redoing my office area probably tomorrow, so the next time you see this setup, it'll probably look different. So this way cameras won't get knocked into and things like that. Basically, I evicted my bed to the living room so I can have an office and a studio apartment that basically share a wall. I think it's going to be great. But let's see who all is here. Say our hellos. Awesome, awesome. So we've got Blue Sky, Flower, Jenny, Chris, Still Not Still, Violet Integration, Lila Ray. I hope you and your son are doing well. Grace, I hope you're doing well. Jennifer Vatsa, hi. Renee, welcome back. And Joanna, welcome back. Nancy, welcome. Awesome. Good to see you all. I will get to everybody's requests, so go ahead and keep on making them in the chat. I'm going to start from the top and kind of keep on working through. Don't take it personally if I skip any of yours and then come back to them. But let's see. Gotcha. You're going to be mostly away from keyboard. Nope, no worries. Enjoy. Like, you're working retail in this lovely greedy seasons. So I totally understand all of the deadlines are under. So do you. We will send you all the good vibes. Good to have you here. So let's go ahead and start at the top. Awesome. So Jenny, connection and being in tune with your true self spiritually and psychically, pineal gland, feeling of safety, financial abundance, babies, dogs. Oh, dogs. Oh, the dogs are sick. Okay, let me see what I can do. So let's see. Leopard skin Jasper for the dogs, pink tourmaline for the babies. Pineal gland stimulation. Light. Learning about yourself through the self-healing journey. Cool. So let's start there. So getting to know your true self spiritually and psychically. I've got two stones that can be really helpful with that. One is Lemurian quartz, in this case, blue mist Lemurian quartz. This is exceptional for healing past emotional pain, helping us kind of release it, and also for healing like any kind of past, whether it's childhood or even past life stuff. A lot of times they're interlinked, but even without having to be able to remember the past life, this can help heal both sides of that stuff. It's also exceptional at helping you to get to know yourself through that self-healing journey. So I feel like this is a good hit for you. So for now, we will put these out here. The next is Apophyllite, which was actually a beautiful gift to us from Jennifer Vatsa, who owns Belladonna's Botanicals. And you can Google that and find her shop. And these are exceptional for intuitive, psychic development and honing it, refining it, really truly understanding what's coming through. So yeah, so we will bring Apophyllite through for opening up intuition, connecting spiritually. Let's go. There we go. So that's Apophyllite. For feeling of safety, let's get some red jasper. This is really helpful for everything related to the root chakra. That's basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, fear and safety. It's very empowering. It helps you to stand up for yourself and stand up against things like injustices and bullying. Wonderful for grounding and emotional support over like long-term kinds of situations, like whether it's a long-term health affliction or a long-term injury healing or anything like that, can be really helpful. Wonderful too for psychic and spiritual connection. So it still supports the other intention that you had there. So let's see, put these here. So that is red jasper. And next I'm going to bring in pink tourmaline to help support your nephews. Pink tourmaline is wonderful for mother-baby bonding and for the entire like just kind of postnatal experience right after. This is also really helpful for migraines, headaches, as well as nerve pain, and helpful too for any kind of gynecologic issues whatsoever. Great for breaking down our negative self-image so that we can start to reframe the way that we look at ourselves and experience ourselves. Also helpful for spinal injuries and even some hormone issues. So we will bring that in. And leopard skin jasper for the doggos. This is an exceptional stone of connecting with and healing with animals. So helping our animal companions to heal, connecting with our animal guides and guardians. And also this is a great stone for attracting a soulmate. Wonderful too for anything impacting your skin, coordination, or balance. So that is leopard skin jasper. It's good for connection with all animals rather, not just the feline variety, but all. And put a few more here. Citrine, we'll bring this in. I'm sure you're not the only person that would like some financial abundance tonight. So citrine will definitely be in here. Helpful for calling forward any kind of financial abundance and for balancing logic with intuition. Also really helpful for things like fibromyalgia and nausea, as well as dealing with any kind of addictions or compulsions. So let's put some citrine in there. There we go. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are well. Definitely keep well. Yep, I evicted my bed. I know that's kind of ridiculous, but it's true. Speaking of which, does anyone in Philadelphia want a queen-size bed frame? Because if you do, it's yours. But it needs to go this week. But you can transport it by walking or even by an Uber. It splits in two and folds up. So let's see. Yeah, the kittens are absolutely loving it. They're hanging out in front of the space heater, which isn't really doing very much. It's pretty warm in here. Help for cigarette cravings and relief, determination, and quitting. Absolutely. Lots of love to you. Lots of love to you, Chris. Let's bring in... Oh, you brought some requests too. So let's do definitely the citrine will help with that. And there's also some other ones in here. Let's grab a few of them for now. Let's do Snowflake Obsidian, Labradorite. I don't have Aquatic Agate. Snowflake, Labradorite, Pyrite. Snowflake. Okay. And I'm also going to bring in Unakite. This has a big affinity with helping with quitting smoking. So Unakite. Unakite is also helpful for anyone that is looking to, like especially for women who are looking to either get pregnant or are anywhere along their pregnancy, delivery, postpartum journey. Unakite is strongly connected with every phase of a woman's life, from onset of menses to onset of menopause and everything in between. Helps too with the heart and circulation and with balancing metabolism. Also helpful with manifesting a good marriage, good relationship too. So that is Unakite. So I hope that that helps with your cravings. And I think some of these stones will probably be helpful too. So there we go. That's Unakite. Next we'll bring in Peridot. This helps with breaking bad habits. So excellent choice. It's also really helpful for boosting good friendships and for processing any kind of feelings around guilt, jealousy, or anger. Helpful too with digestion, whether you are dealing with IBS or acid reflux or anything else. This can be really helpful. Wonderful too for just boosting those amazing friendships, those friendships that make us the better person, you know. Next is Labradorite. Helpful for better sleep and for kind of calming disagreements in a sense, like relieving disputes. This is excellent for people who work in customer service, especially this time of year, and also for workplace harmony. It helps with quality of sleep big time, and it also helps with clairvoyance. That's your spiritual sight, so what you see with your eyes closed in a sense. Also helpful for like detailed attention to things, finding a needle in a haystack or a line, you know, one piece of code that's typed wrong out of lines and lines of it, whatever the case may be. If you're doing like a big search all over your house, this could be a helpful stone too. Snowflake Obsidian is another one that helps to relieve guilt, but it's also helpful for serenity and peace, and also finding hope again after any kind of loss. Great too for reorganizing old patterns into things that are new, finding a new way to go about doing old things, helping to balance the body, mind, and spirit connection, and great too for calming overstimulation. So there we go. There we go. And a couple more. I'm just going to take a few more of yours and then I'm going to come back to some. Amazonite and black onyx. And if you're new here, you can set like a general intention or request specific stones, whatever works for you. Black onyx is helpful for grounding fear and anxiety, and it's a superb stone for grief. Also helps to connect with your ancestors and for relieving self-doubt and helping to increase self-esteem in a really healthy, supportive way. Wonderful too for protecting yourself against anyone who would like play mind games, and with lots of holiday parties coming up and being around people we're not normally around, that might be helpful for some of you. So know that about black onyx. And Amazonite is really helpful for low back pain. It's wonderful in general for the spinal nerves as well as the spine itself. It helps with generating luck and also helps with calming, big calming vibes. If you're somebody who needs a little bit more self-care, this helps encourage it. It also helps encourage self-respect. But if you're someone who tends to forget to take care of yourself among taking care of everyone and everything else, Amazonite's a good choice. So we'll bring that in. Amazonite can also be like a darker blue-green with stripes of white. So if you're shopping for it this holiday season, it can look a little bit different. What I have in the shop now is more like this. So I will come back for some of the rest of yours later too. I'm even going to pull some now. Ruby. Okay, cool. And rutilated. Awesome. I will work yours in as we go through. Awesome. Hey, MC, welcome back. Let me just see where I left off. There we go. So yeah, Chris, I'll fold yours in as we go through. Still Not Still request is for emotional fortitude and perseverance through ongoing situations that involve trauma. Absolutely. Really helpful is Bloodstone, which also goes by heliotrope. This is definitely like emotional stamina. Like it helps you to keep going through like a long slog of emotionally difficult times. Also is another stone that helps to relieve self-doubt. And it's good for any kind of big emotional shifts, especially the kind that like shakes you to your core and shakes like your very feelings of safety and security. This has a big affinity with not only the heart chakra, but also the root. Helpful too for quieting the mind during meditation and for, yeah, just a lot of that emotional perseverance. So let's go ahead and bring this in. So known around the US and lots of parts as Bloodstone, and known in the UK and other parts as heliotrope. There we go. Awesome. I hope that that helps. Lots of love to you. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help. Happy Sunday, Lila Ray. Violet integration, intention of a productive week ahead. More energy and clarity on what's next. Feeling a bit hopeless. Snowflake Obsidian helps with like that buoying a sense of hope for sure. So that's in there. Productive, more energy, clarity. So let's start with some energy and some productivity for sure. Bumblebee Jasper brings a lot of physical energy. It helps us feel to feel a lot more energized, but also a lot more motivated and willing to go forward, get the things done, and even sink our teeth into work. This one makes you kind of excited to get things done, whether you're working alone or in a group or collaborating. Either way, this is very helpful. Also helpful for just positivity, confidence, and tons of motivation, regardless of the scenario, and also helps to empower anything that you're manifesting. So we will bring in Bumblebee Jasper. Definitely be careful with that. It's got high concentrations of sulfur and arsenic. So just know that. Don't chew on it. Please don't chew on any of your rocks. At best, your dentist would not like you to do that. And for clarity, here is Celestite. Celestite's a very angelic stone, and this helps us with discernment, with what we're feeling and being able to tell, like, is that intuition? Is that a wish? Is that a fear? What's going on? Very helpful. Also helpful with, in general, just connecting to your spirit guides and angels much more clearly. So that can help with a lot of clarity too. Helps too with a lot of different aspects around pain. It impacts the way that we're experiencing our body, in that it primes us to be more aware of our spirit. So that kind of changes the way that we experience pain. And so it can be a nice welcome break from intense pain. Awesome. And also for productivity and things for the week ahead, let's go ahead and bring in some garnet. This will be really helpful. This also helps you to find a sense of strength when things feel just unsettled and constantly changing. So this might be helpful in that regard. But this is wonderful for organizing, thinking long-term and big picture, and just getting the most done with the least amount of effort, getting really clear on how you use your energy, how your space is organized, and also brings a lot of creativity. Helps you to kind of see the way things have always been done and that there might be a better way, which can really transform things. So there we go. So that is garnet. There we go. Awesome. Good to see you, Violet Integration. Grace, healing for low back pain, heart healing, and letting go. Gotcha. So low back pain is definitely going to be, Amazonite is going to be your buddy. Let's also bring in some Lapis. This helps with pain and inflammation. And it just feels like it wants to come out. So I'm going to bring this one out. But yeah, helps with pain and inflammation. And it's also helpful for things like vertigo and hearing loss. But when it comes to the more emotional, mental side of things, this is a really helpful stone for integrity, honest, open communication, and personal responsibility, taking responsibility for yourself, owning your commitments, and yeah, even helps with disorganization. So this can be a really good stone for a lot of things. But yeah, this is a stone of kind of, in some ways, integrity and maturity together. But it's excellent for pain and inflammation. There's also for heart healing and letting go, I've got two great stones. One is Malachite. This has all of these undulating green swirls, and green is the color of the heart chakra. This is a stone that helps us to move really difficult emotional energy through the heart, processing it and releasing it, letting it go so that we can move into the future a little bit easier without dragging that old pain with us. Helps too with things like, again, pain and inflammation, including arthritis, as well as better sleep and insomnia, for depression and anxiety, and also for any kind of phobias that you might be struggling with. This can also help you move through that. So that is Malachite. So there we go. So I think that will help. Yeah, awesome. Heart healing, low back pain, letting go. Yep, so we got it. So all the best to you. That definitely helps with heart healing for sure. But let's actually, you know what? One keeps kind of making me think of it. So let's just bring that in. Pink kunzite. So I've been able to spend some time with this and meditate on it and look into it a little bit more. So this is definitely a stone of love and compassion. I always feel like Kuan Yin energy when I hold this. It's wonderful for things like love and commitment, but also exceptional for healing broken heart kind of stuff. Broken heart as well as grief. It's definitely helpful for Lila Ray's son. This is one that can help you with post-anesthesia symptoms, especially in the lungs. And it also helps with things like nerve pain, chemical sensitivities, and hormones, especially in women and especially at puberty, but all throughout life. Helpful too for sleepless babies, motherhood, and yeah, just in general, like heartache, heartbreak stuff. So that's pink kunzite. So let's see where we will place you. Let's do this. We'll put it right next to the Marian quartz. And pretty soon we will have these in the crystal shop too. Pink kunzite. So I hope that that helps. And all the best to you and your foster dog. Hey, Catherine. You're welcome. Still not still. Ah, you're welcome, Grace. Dendritic opal. It might have dendritic agate. Have a piece of dendritic agate. I'll give it just one more moment of looking for it, and then I'll just keep an eye out for it when I rearrange my office this week. It's one of those things that got lost in the shuffle when I moved. Yeah, I will keep an eye on it, an eye out for it rather, when I rearrange my office this week. But let me know if there's a special intention you have. Maybe I can find something else that supports it. Sorry. And yeah, Renee, I was definitely thinking of that when Jenny mentioned the kennel cough. You may want to call your vet before you bring them in. They might have an idea or be able to tell you, if it's not in your area, they might be able to tell you that too. Yeah, I don't know if it's made its way to Canada yet or what regions it's in, but it's definitely in Philly. Okay, cool. Love, integration. Oh, wait, Renee had one first. Gemstone or crystal for raising self-esteem. Absolutely. Self-esteem. We've got a couple of good ones. We've got black onyx. We've got bloodstone. They both help, but yellow calcite is the champion here for sure. So when it comes to confidence, being sure of ourselves, and also for feeling okay to stand up and speak our piece and take up space, yellow calcite for sure. wonderful for the solar plexus, which is your center of self-identity, free will. It also touches on things like boundaries and your prioritizing your desires in life, as well as releasing need for approval of others. Brings in a lot of not only self-confidence, but just optimism too. So lots of good energy here. So this is yellow calcite. So let's see. I'll do that here. That can definitely help with self-esteem. Mahogany Obsidian can also be really helpful for that. Mahogany Obsidian is very helpful for releasing perfectionism and the need for approval. So two of the things we touched on a little bit with yellow calcite. This helps with meeting goals as well as feeling confident in your opinion of knowing what you feel is right or correct, or that your judgment is as good as anyone else's. So this is one that'll help you kind of boost your sense of self from the root, feeling very grounded in yourself. Also helps with skin healing as well as teeth, gums. It's thought of as linked and helpful for carpal tunnel as well. So we will bring this in. And that is Mahogany Obsidian. So there we go. And so then there's, and all the best to you, Renee and Jennifer. Love integration. Yep. Let's see. Money manifestation. Pyrite. Rewiring habits. My favorite ones for those are Snowflake Obsidian and Peridot, and they're both in there. Weight loss, we've got some blue apatite and some Iite. So let's start here. So let's start with some blue apatite. This is a great stone whether your goals are weight loss or just a shift in diet to something that's a better fit for you, or just the role that food plays in your life. Also really helpful for revealing our soul's purpose and giving us the courage to embark upon it. Helps to support our energy field and strengthen it so that we're less likely to take on the energy of others, and also helps with just bringing in an awful lot of harmony and peace, like inner peace. So I will bring this in. Let's see. Okay. For manifesting money, we have citrine, so let's bring in some pyrite. Pyrite is fool's gold, which is found near regular gold, and it's thought that this helps to like bring the gold in, bring the real stuff in. It's also really helpful for intuition as well as protection. So you can hold both of those with, yes, I want to hear, but only if it meets these criteria. That kind of a thing. It's almost like putting a filter on what you're getting intuitionally. If that's something that you struggle with, definitely hang out with some pyrite. Also helpful for the lungs, fever, the brain, specifically in regards to memory and information recall. So if you're, say, memorizing things in your studies, this can be really helpful too. But yeah, we will bring in some pyrite. May it bring you some financial abundance. For what you had said about integration, I think you may have actually requested some stones down here. Oh, okay, not so much. Okay. When you said integration, the first stone that popped to mind was green kyanite. So for anyone that's dealing with like any kind of cold or cough going on. This is helpful for the chest, lungs, heart, asthma, the whole cardiopulmonary system, but especially if it's like mucusy or you have a sore throat. Superb for all of those things. Helps too with balancing and blending your regular everyday life, your mundane life, with your spiritual side too. So there's a lot of integration there. Helps too with gaining wisdom from your intuition, as well as connecting with plants and nature, which can be a nice relief if you're someone who struggles this time of year with like seasonal affective disorder or anything like that. This is one of the stones that can be really helpful. Another stone for weight loss is Iite, and this was also requested by Chris. This is a stone that helps with clairvoyance, so our spiritual sight, and can also aid in sleep in many cases. Helps too with things like weight loss, as well as fever and managing our resources, like specifically money. So that hits a little bit of two of your intentions. So that's Iite. And yeah, let's see, maybe one more. I feel like Dragonstone or Dragon's Blood, it goes by both right here, could be helpful too, where you say rewiring habits. And I feel like this helps not only you, but also Chris, and I'm willing to bet a few more of us in here too. This is very helpful for having the courage and the strength to create lasting change within ourselves. It helps us to be patient with ourselves and also to learn from our mistakes. It's great for moving through grief and loss without getting lost in self-pity, and for really just helping in every way to like gradually make that change to lift yourself up and into a better place in your life, whatever that might look like in your world. Helpful for optimism, happiness, wisdom, and also wonderful for the thyroid as well as the nervous system. And it's thought to be helpful for the immune system too. So we'll bring this in. That's in the crystal shop for sure. Smaller ones, but they're in there. And so I hope that that helps. Oh, and love. We didn't do one for love for you. So let's do some ruby. Ruby is very helpful for love as well as fertility, and for anything related to leadership and management skills. Helpful too for the courage to be yourself. So we will bring in some ruby. There we go. Awesome. Glad that you are here. Lots of love to you, Jen. Joanna. The Gertie and the Hattie monsters are doing good. They got their playtime in today. Does labradorite help with domestic disputes? I've never seen it used for that, and I've never had the occasion to use it that way. Definitely can't hurt. There's some other ones that might be even more helpful. Let's start with some Herkimer. This helps with balancing energies that are just kind of off, like discordant. So it can also help with diffusing anger, hostility. I feel like the labradorite will be supportive and helpful. I don't think it'll be hurtful, for sure. This can also help with being in the present moment, bringing on a nice chill vibe, a lot of relaxation energy in Herkimer. Wonderful for metabolism, intuition, and feeling connected to spirit, connected to divinity. Wonderful too for boosting anything you're manifesting. So that's Herkimer diamond. And another one for disputes and things, I'm going to bring in Aquamarine. I haven't seen Patty yet, but that's one that Patty will often call in, and or key. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Aquamarine can be really helpful for themes around forgiveness. as well as deflecting petty and immature behavior. It's the anti-Karen stone. So this is good for deflecting pettiness and kind of calming people who have a chip on their shoulder or are upset about something and are, whether they realize it or not, taking it out on someone else. Also helps with that may justice prevail kind of vibe, as well as the teeth, the gums, and circulation of all the bodily fluids. So this is Aquamarine. There we go. Okay. So I hope that that helps, Blue Sky. MC looking for more energy and patience? Absolutely. Energy and patience to get through this week. One stone that will be incredibly helpful for that is definitely the Bumblebee Jasper. That really is like tons of energy and also like very work-minded and like getting things done focused. Another stone that brings in a lot of energy and mental focus too is going to be Rutilated Quartz. Rutilated Quartz helps to, in a way, focus all the energy to where it's most needed. So in that way, it's actually been seen as a beautiful gift for folks that are battling cancer. Reason being, it's like the intention of saying, I hope you have plenty of energy, which this stone provides, and I hope all of the treatments you're getting are going to the place where they'll do the most good. So we'll bring this in for energy and, you know, productivity, getting stuff done. And let's see where we can put these guys. Let's, I'm just going to go ahead and put in one. I'll put in this big one for now. There we go. So that is Rutilated Quartz and patience. Let's bring in some Dumortierite. Wonderful for patience. So great for patience. Also really helpful for tidiness, if anyone's looking for help there. It helps to release pent-up anger and frustration and can be wonderful for helping you stand up for yourself if need be. Helpful too for healing ligaments and tendons, which can be really tough to heal. And in general, helping to see and even experience a turnaround that something of anything that felt hopeless. This can be really helpful for. So definitely patience for sure. And so that is Dumortierite. So all the best to you, MC. I'm glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't have Dendritic Opal, Fiat Luna, but what do I have? Ah, gotcha. I will find the Dendritic Agate and I will have it for next time. I haven't worked with it much either. Could you set an intention for helping to connect deeper with nature, spirits, and plants? Absolutely. One that can help with that is green kyanite. Another is Kaba Stone. And just trying to think of what else. Let's see. So let's bring in some Epidote. Epidote can help with connection to the fairy realm, which is definitely some of the nature spirits, so I feel like that can be really helpful. Also a wonderful stone for recovery from illness and injury, as well as the brain, especially in regards to things like Parkinson's. Helpful too with negative self-talk. I've used it very much for that. If you talk down to yourself, if you yell at yourself, this is a great stone to help break that habit and start changing the way that you speak to yourself. So I will bring this in. It's also wonderful for the nervous system as well as the skin. So let's put that right after the Herkimer. So that's one of the stones. Kaba Stone is probably going to be the best bet outside of green kyanite, or maybe next to it. Kaba Stone, often called Kaba Jasper, is actually not technically a jasper. It's fossilized blue-green algae. It's really helpful for connecting to the environment, to provide healing to the environment. Also really helpful for the health of plants and helping even crops to be more abundant. Wonderful too for meditation, courage, and changing things in your life. Having a lot, it definitely lends a lot of confidence, and also can help you to connect with the spirits of a place and or the place of your ancestors, where your ancestors came from. Helpful too with learning things like foreign languages. So helpful in a lot of those ways. Definitely a wonderful stone if you are looking to connect to any kind of like plants or land that's connected to ancestry, but it doesn't have to be any of those things to be helpful. So definitely this one. So let's put some Kaba Stone. I'll put one in here. And I'll put these on the outside, these two bigger pieces on the outside edge, because why not have a little bit more? And also Super 7. This can help not so much in the super direct ways, but in the more indirect ways. This is an excellent stone for anything intuitively linked. It's great for any kind of telepathy, clairvoyance, connection to your spirit guides, the spirits of earth, connection to crystals, whatever it is that you are gleaning a reception from. Helpful too with working towards larger goals, bigger plans, and with strengthening our energy fields. Also helpful for peace and harmony and unity consciousness, the concept that we're all interconnected and what we put out into the universe, we put back into ourselves too. And helps too with earth healing, plant healing, land healing, and even past lives and karmic healing. So that is Super 7, which is made of 7 different stones altogether. So I will bring that in. So I hope that that helps. And I think we have plenty of room on the grid tonight. So I'm even going to bring in one more that helps with that. And I mean, let's face it, Earth needs all the healing she can get to. So let's do that. Zoicite is really helpful for working with nature. So connecting with nature, the space and the land that you're on or that you're connected to or working to support, and also the spirits that are on it. It helps with, this is a stone that can also help with seasonal affective disorder or anyone that struggles with the cold, dark, not having so much greenery around in the winter time. This can be a helpful stone. Helps with releasing negativity. It brings a lot of motivation, helps kind of get rid of apathy and sluggishness, and can help you to face problems and face obstacles head on so that you are less inclined to procrastinate. So this is a good anti-procrastination stone too. So we will bring this in. But yeah, wonderful for connection with nature. There we go. So that is zoicite. And Just making sure I'm not missing anybody. And Samantha, welcome in. Crystals for psoriasis, endometriosis, ear infections for you and your dog, and protection, physical healing, removing family curses, empath medium. Oh, awesome. Car, home protection, property prosperity. Smoky quartz has been used since the Middle Ages to protect property from theft and even vandalism, but definitely from theft. So that is smoky quartz. This is also really helpful for transmuting negative energy. So it helps to just fundamentally shift the energy around you, which is super helpful. It's very protective on a spiritual level as well. And it helps to remove energy blocks. Definitely helps to calm worry as well. So smoky quartz for sure. Let's go ahead and bring some of this in. For ear infections for you and your dog, I've got the leopard skin jasper in there for help with animals. Let's bring in moss agate. This will also be helpful for Fiad Luna. So moss agate is helpful for any kind of infection, whether it's bacteria, fungal, viral, whatever might be going on. This can be helpful. It's also wonderful for connection to nature, helping to work through a lot of psychological types of things, like if you're doing any kind of inner child work or higher self work, this really supports it. Wonderful for connection to spirit, connection to unconditional love, being able to trust that unconditional love. Really, really helpful for any kind of things floating through the body too, though. So let's go ahead and bring that in. For things impacting the skin like psoriasis, definitely leopard skin jasper, definitely covered in there. And also bloodstone helps the skin. Focusing on peace and harmony. Blue apatite and snowflake obsidian, really helpful with that. And harmony for family too. Let's do this for you and blue sky. This is another one that can help relationships and the way that we relate to each other. And this is carnelian. So carnelian is connected with the sacral chakra, which is beneath the navel, and it's the color orange. That encompasses within it creativity, sexuality, fertility, as well as just every aspect of relationships, from the macrocosmic level of everyone and everything in the universe and how you relate to it, to your closest personal relationships. So this can be really helpful with honing a more calm environment. But we've got a lot of stones of that nature in the grid tonight too. So I think that you're going to be really well supported. Also helpful for cold, allergies, and even healing wounds. So we will bring in carnelian. Yeah, there's a lot of stones tonight that have to do with harmony among people. And lots of good healing vibes in general. Awesome. Blue sky. Support to break free from codependency and patterns around that, please. Connecting with your true emotions. Absolutely. Yellow calcite is usually one of the first ones I go for anything around that. That's a stone that helps to encourage you to follow through with things that are meaningful to you, that would make you happy without feeling a need for approval, and kind of like where you where you end and others begin, really helpful for that. And even boundaries and things like that too. Let's see. And breaking habits and patterns that don't serve, peridot is in there, and that's excellent for it. Let's also do... let's bring in some septarian. And we'll also think of Patty when we bring in the septarian, because I know she loves it so much. Oh, there you are. You're here. Okay. I was like, wait, I know that little emoji. I know that little face. Okay. So septarian is, don't worry, you're never late. The only person that can be late to the live stream is me. Everyone else, there's no such thing as tardy. But septarian helps on the physical level with wound healing, muscle spasms, and things like that. When it comes to emotional healing, this really helps us to get to the deepest levels of who we are, all of our identity crises, and where do I stop, where do others begin, what do I want, who am I, what are my desires, and starting to really own that, as well as being able to be vulnerable in your healing process and feeling supported in doing that. So wonderful for that. Also helps with understanding the underlying cause of a habit or a pattern that isn't serving. So this might help illuminate some of that for you, while also being supportive of you while you do it. So let's see if we can kind of see it here and here. Yeah, let's do... there we go. So that's septarian. I think that will really help. And also the Mahogany Obsidian will really help too. And red Jasper will also help with that. Depression and anxiety. Definitely depression and anxiety. We have Malachite. Let's also bring in... green calcite is my favorite stone for anxiety. It helps to not only like calm, relax, and kind of nurture and help you to feel more at ease. It's not just an emotional support, it also helps the physical body, where you may be holding that physical tension that we tend to hold in our bodies when we're anxious or nervous or upset. So also wonderful for cold, allergies, and healing wounds. So we will bring this in. And for depression, we'll bring in Aqua Aura. So this is a stone that started its life as clear quartz and was put through a human process involving gold, actually, which turns it this blue color. At first, I was like, do I really want those? I mean, they look kind of cool, but like, do they do any healing thing? Oh, yes, they do. They absolutely do. Really helpful for depression. I struggle with depression and PTSD and things like that. And this is one of the stones that's been helpful, but good opportunity to, say the thing I normally say. Nothing I do here is anything more than complementary healing. None of it replaces anything else that you might be doing. I am not the med shame lady. I take medicine. You take whatever you feel is right for you. I do all the things for my well-being physically, emotionally, and spiritually with Reiki and crystals. And I'm happy to share whatever I have to help support your path. And I hope that it is helpful. But yeah, this is a positive place of, we support you to know what's in your best interest and celebrate that for sure. So let's see, Samantha. So depression, anxiety, healing, and sleep. We've got labradorite, which is excellent for sleep, as well as iolite, which is helpful for sleep. So we've got you there. And I feel like I may have skipped someone. Yeah, it was Catherine. So you would like to request something for money manifestation and to help you figure out your dreams and how to finish your new novel. I love it. Let's do it. Okay, so Let's see. Let's see. There's a couple of good stones that help us with like seeing the completion of things. Chrysoprase is one of them. Yeah, let's start there. Let's bring in some chrysoprase. So this is a stone that can be helpful anytime you're overcoming a disappointment, or if it's like a long-term goal and it takes a lot of time and effort to get to, and you've just gotten to a point of, oh God, why did I even start this? I feel like it's never going to end. This helps you to take a deep breath, see how far you've come, and that makes it a lot easier to kind of get over the finish line. This is the kind of gift I give to my friends when they're in grad school and they hit that point of, why did I do this? Chrysoprase. Also helps with follow through on tasks and big projects like writing a book, and with picking up the pieces after any kind of loss or failure or anything like that. So this is when I often recommend for anyone that's recently like closed a business, or they tried out at a new job and it didn't work out. It helps you to kind of keep your head up and say, well, I'm not leaving with nothing. I take what I learned there and kind of look at it as a pivot rather than a roadblock. So chrysoprase. So let's put that right on the outside of zoicite. There we go. So that can help with that. Figuring out your dreams. One that's really helpful that's already out is Celestite. It helps with discernment and understanding where these different things are coming from. Like, is it a fear? Is it a phobia? Is it an intuition? What is it? There's also blue kyanite. This is exceptional for trying to understand spiritual messages, whether you're reading tarot cards or your dreams or your meditations, whatever the case may be. This can help with decoding it in a sense. It also helps with radical self-acceptance, loving and accepting yourself exactly as you are. Helpful too for certain types of neurological care, especially around mobility and speech. It also helps with harmonizing things like feelings around things like spite and pettiness. So if anyone's struggling with that, this can be really helpful too. It's also helpful for coming to terms with any kind of changes in your health. Let's see. There we go. So we'll put some blue kyanite in there. Okay, there we go. And money manifestation. So we did citrine, we did pyrite. Let's also do some cinnabar. So here is cinnabar, these little red dots, those are mercury. Yeah, mercury is cinnabar. If you buy it now, because we know how toxic it is, you're more than likely going to get a piece that looks like this, where just these little red dots are the actual cinnabar. And the rest is quartz. And sometimes this is sold under the trade name cinnabrite instead of cinnabar, but it is still cinnabar. Humankind has used mercury for myriad things for centuries. We find it back in like the old establishments of like the Assyrians and Babylonians and things, like they worked with it. This has long been thought of as a merchant stone, attracting customers to a business. but more than anything, it's thought to attract financial abundance and wealth. So we will bring this in. But definitely it is very toxic. It's not it's not one to play with. And also it's you're not supposed to send mercury through the US mail. So that's also why it can be harder to find. So, but yeah, that should help. So thank you for being here, Catherine. I hope you're doing well. Oh, and you also, Samantha also asked for help around endometriosis. That would be pink tourmaline, which is in there. That helps with all kinds of gynecologic stuff, especially things like endometriosis. So that's in there. And Unikite can also be helpful for that. And that's here. No, that's Epidote. Unikite is here. So I hope that you're doing well. Goddess of Four, healing for your foot, weight loss, and fast money. Gotcha. So fast money. We've got both of the weight loss stones in there as blue apatite and iolite. And for your foot, healing injury, definitely a good one is Epidote. But I'm also going to bring in some howlite. If it's tendons or ligaments, the dumortierite will cover it. If it's like a wound, definitely, there's a few that'll do wound healing, septarian and carnelian among them. But if it's bone or joint related, howlite can be exceptional. It's whether you have joint pain, if you have old injuries, if you're looking to heal a fracture or increase the density of your bones, this is thought to help with those things. Also thought to be helpful for teeth and hair and nails. On the emotional level, anger, resentment, frustration, this can really help take the sting out of it so that you can work through the problems that might be at the root of those really powerful emotions, if there is a way to work through them. So that is white howlite. And for fast money, we have red tiger eye. So this definitely calls in the fast financial abundance, and it's very helpful for keeping kind of malevolence at bay. It's highly protective on the spiritual level and on the regular mundane level, whether it's people bullying, picking on, undermining, anybody that's kind of got it out for you. This is one that really powerfully keeps that at bay. Even for like being picked on at work, being picked on in families. So definitely around the holidays, probably not a bad one to have. And bring that in. So that is red tiger eye. All the best for you. So red tiger eye, peridot is in there, amazonite, septarian. I can do opal and sugilite, absolutely. So just for you, Patty, opal and sugilite. This is fire opal. Opal is sacred to many shamanic cultures. It helps the shaman to remain kind of cloaked or hidden from any spiritual entities or energies that would do them harm while they try to do healing work. It's also been aligned with abundance and calling in financial abundance, which is definitely on the docket tonight. So we will call this in. Sugilite is exceptional for unity consciousness, the interconnectedness of everyone and everything. It helps us not only in the third eye, but much more in the crown with enlightenment and the understanding that we do transcend the physical body and this life, and that what we put out into the universe will ultimately come back to us. So that is sugilite. There we go. And sugilite can be a hard stone to find. And I'm so grateful I have that piece. Oh, thank you, Joanna. Oh, you're going to fall asleep, Chris? Have a good night. Chevron amethyst. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so if I missed anyone's requests, go ahead. If you've made a request and I've skipped over it, if I missed it, go ahead into the chat and put it in there again so I can make sure that I get it. Let's see. Chevron amethyst, we'll do that for sure. Chevron amethyst helps us with tolerance of others, as well as opening to clairvoyance and mediumship, channeling, things like that, but especially any kind of imagery, intuitive imagery. So if you're doing any kind of journey work, if you are scrying, if you tend to see visions and dreams, this can be really helpful with strengthening that connection between yourself and spirit. Helpful too for any kinds of degenerative issues. So whether it's degenerative like something like spinal stenosis, or whether it's like a degenerative disc, or even like neurodegenerative stuff, this is thought helpful. So that is Chevron amethyst. There we go. Last minute request for fluorite. Sounds like a great idea. This one brings a ton of order to chaos and can be really helpful for bringing in relaxation. If you feel like you're just sort of in the environment and there's no escaping from it, it's almost like you're surrounded by chaos and things you can't control, fluorite is a great choice. It helps you to just, in the best way possible, and as much as possible, embracing a way about you that's more like the eye of the storm, like the calm amidst the chaos. Wonderful for that. Also really helpful for comforting new moms, newborns, and anyone who's just gone through something like shocking, out of left field kind of stuff. But yeah, so let's bring this in. We'll put you here and here. Fluorite is so pretty. There we go. I think we may have a full grid. I think we might just be perfectly done. This grid is already aligned to my biggest intention that I was discussing with my aunt that caused me to be late. It is always there. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and do that thing I do where I explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and how you can make the most of your session. And while I do that, you can help lift the energy of the space that you're in, as well as the space that we've created together, by heading on into the chat and listing anything that you're grateful for. Anything at all. If you're already cozy, totally fine if you happen to just sort of think about it instead. But if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, I'd super appreciate it. And I will be right back. Ooh, somebody's grateful for their family's maple sugar cookies. Or their family and maple sugar cookies. I thought it was like maybe a family recipe. Maple sugar cookies sound good. Okay. Hey, Heart! Oh, awesome. Lots of love to you, Heart. I hope you're doing well. Lots of love to you and your family. Okay. So for those of you who haven't been here before and haven't heard this before, and for those of you who've heard it a million times, welcome, and I'm so glad that you're here with me this evening. My name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've been teaching Usui Reiki for over 15 years. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description below, along with all of my social media and my email newsletter. Know that from right now through Christmas of 2023, there is a 20% off coupon on all distance session gift certificates and all crystals. Simply use the coupon code SHOPSMALL2023 and it will automatically take that 20% off for you. So let's chat a little bit about what is Reiki. Well, Reiki is, in the West, it's seen as like a general term for energy healing. But however, this particular term actually comes from Japan, and it actually means spiritually guided soul energy. In particular, I work with a practice known as Usui Reiki, named after Mikao Usui, who created this method in the early 1920s of Japan, at a time in Japan's history where you could not be caught teaching anything that could even be misunderstood as religion. So this particular approach to energy healing is very, very deeply spiritual and helpful in so many ways, and also completely secular. So the understanding of what energy is at the foundation of Usui's practice is one that we see in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, which very much flavors their culture to this day. And that is Shintoism. So Shintoism is that, as I said, the indigenous spirituality. In that faith, it's seen as everyone and everything has a soul, and all of those souls are interconnected. There's this universal energy that is provided by spirit. You can insert your dogma or a lack thereof here. And essentially, this energy supports our body, mind, and spirit to do what they do best, supporting our well-being moment to moment, whether or not we're even aware of it being there. This is what allows our body, mind, and spirit to continue to help us with our resilience and recovery from things. Essentially, today I'll be using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy and direct even more of it to you, wherever you are in the world and whenever you're watching this. So to make the most of your session, the good news is you just need to be open to it. And by being here, you already are. So feel free to go ahead and get comfortable, sitting up, laying down, whatever feels good for you. You don't have to stay still. You can stretch, bend, get a cup of tea, grab a blanket, whatever works. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You can twist, move around, journal, play some music. If at any point you feel like you want to go a little deeper or reconnect to your session, you can just take a deep breath in and out, and it'll bring you right back in. During the session, you may feel some physical sensations, and you may feel some emotional shifts. You may have some emotions rise up or get released. Oh, we have a kitty. You may have mentally, you may be able to think some things through that you've been struggling with lately. Spiritually, you may get some big clarity or intuition or a big resolution to something. And you may also have a really lovely nap. More than likely, your session is going to look like the perfect blend of all of those as it meets you today in this moment. And at the end of this 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out and slowly come back to the room that you're in. At that point, I'll be able to re-engage with you and chat and answer any questions you have and hear any feedback that you want to share, any experiences that you want to share. During the session, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice they change slowly and gently from one color to the next. They will not flash or strobe, so you're good there. And I will turn up the music. If you enjoy the sounds in the background, definitely check out the link at the bottom of the description. That is the musical creator. She's another content creator here on YouTube, and I'm so happy to have her stuff to play for us. So, oh, we have a cat. You coming up? You jumping? You doing it? You doing the thing? Oh, there we go. Oh, we've got a hattie. Oh, we got a hattie. We caught a hattie. Oh, yes. You know it's Reiki time. Yes, you do. And of course, if you happen to be watching this as a pre-recorded video, know that Reiki is not limited to the same construct that humans are. Reiki can be anywhere at any time. So whenever you're watching this video, sorry about that. Whenever you're watching this video, the energy will be there for you. And for those of you who are here live, if ever you feel like you need a session and I'm not live, check out that past healing live stream playlist. There's about 400 videos in there for you at this point to enjoy and get some healing from anytime that you need it. And I'm here live 5 times a week, so definitely consider subscribing. I'm same days, same times every single week. And so I'd love to see you here. And yeah, thanks for being. Really appreciate you. Thank you for hitting that like button. Let's go ahead over, take a closer look at that grid and get into the healing. Oh, purrs. Awesome. Ooh, pretty. Wow, you guys really put together and manifested an amazing grid. Alana Taylor, hello, welcome in. We're just about to get into the Reiki. Yes. Oh, little hattie cat. She knows what time it is. Awesome. It really is lightning in a bottle here. It really is. Oh, Lila Ray, I forgot to mention to you when I was researching about pink kunzite, it helps with recovery from anesthesia. I don't know if I remember to mention that or not, so I hope that that helps your son. So everybody, thank you so much for all the love and support. Go ahead, get cozy. I'm going to send you this distance Reiki, and we are going to have an incredible Sunday night. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. I invite you to wiggle your fingers and toes and gently stretch as you come back. Thank you so much for joining me here for some Reiki. Oh, Hattie says thank you too. Oh, hi. And I know a few of you mentioned that you liked this particular song. This song, I believe, is called Air. And it's available, you can stream it on Cyndi Lauper's website or on her YouTube. Or you can, like, if you do a live stream like this, or if you need royalty-free music that you can buy the use copyright to, you can check out her website too. It's all linked at the bottom of the description. Hey, you coming up? Are you coming up? You don't know what you want? You want to come up and say hi? Hope you all had a beautiful session. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Catherine. You have a wonderful week too. All the love in the chat. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, everyone who hit that like button. I really appreciate that. It's a silly little thing that means a lot to YouTube. I don't know. But it helps, so thank you. Well said, Patty. I do hope that all of us have a well-earned December. But I hope we have a beautiful month ahead too. You coming up? There we go. There we go. Oh, you want to say hi's? Hi, Rose. Sharing purrs. She knows. She knows she's sharing her purrs. Thank you, Heart. Great week to you too. Great week to you too, Grace. You're so welcome, Still Not Still. Yeah. Oh, you want to play with the rose quartz? Okay. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for a wonderful end of the day. I got to teach Reiki 1 all weekend and then hang out with all of you. And now I'm going to go hang out with the kittens. So thank you for a beautiful week. My next stream is Tuesday at 8 p.m. Remember that the sale is still ongoing in my shop. LearnReikiPhiladelphia.com/shop. The coupon code is ShopSmall2023, and it's good on all crystals and gift certificates for one-on-one distance healing sessions and tarot readings. So everyone have a beautiful rest of your weekend and start to your week. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care, and bye for now.